Hello and welcome back to Fantasy Author Reacts to Next to Normal, and today I'm also your author with bipolar disorder, and we are going to be talking about the finale of Next to Normal. Just getting right into it. By now you know who I am. You probably know more who I am than people who have watched this channel for a while if they haven't seen the series. Now, last time we left off with some criticisms I had of the ECT portrayal, and I did some research in between last recording and now. It's been a couple hours, just because I wanted to make sure I wasn't overstating it. So the kind of memory loss in here, someone pointed out to Patreon for me. It wasn't just targeted at Natalie and her son. It was the entire last 19 years of autobiographical information that was wiped. And so that basically, from what I've been able to find in research, doesn't happen with modern ECT, but in older, poorly controlled, less well documented cases where they didn't quite know where to put the electrical nodes or the right dosage, there were cases of it being like 5 to 10 years of autobiographical information that were lost, and a couple of even going up to 15 years, but those were never verified or peer reviewed or corroborated. So things like that, I guess, did happen in older, poorly controlled methods of administering it. But what's a lot more typical in modern ECT is like retrograde amnesia, where you lose. I'm looking down to check my notes to make sure I got this all right. You lose events right before the treatment, occasionally a few months to a few years before, but it usually resolves within a few days or weeks. And even then, that's less, like a lot less typical. There was a 2007 study by Sakheim, I think, that found that some patients reported persistent retrograde amnesia up to 6 months or more after, but there aren't any validated cases of anything as severe as what's happening here. And then also there was a 2003 study by a ECT review group that found similar results, that severe and permanent memory loss is uncommon, and most patients that do experience it regain it within days to weeks. And so what's happening here is almost certainly a narrative device and a dramatic metaphor rather than serving as something that's accurate. Like, this would be the worst documented ECT memory loss out there. I wanted to make sure I took the time to actually look up cases and be precise, just because like it's a real thing, not just for me, but for a lot of people, and it's got stigma, and like it's not free of side effects. It's not a magic button. It's not something that is just like the safest thing ever. Like, don't shock your brain for no reason. But when you look at it comparatively to mania or depression, you have to weigh the kind of cost benefit. So I did misunderstand some things last time, but it also still is largely not representative of the reality of it. Done in service of metaphor and telling a story, which I still respect. But I do find it a little fear mongering, makes it sound more intentional than I think it is. But it is just a scary thing. But yeah, with all that out of the way, I've been talking for 4 minutes. Let's just go ahead and go. It was a little too loud last time. Yeah, no wonder she's upset, because she found that her husband was lying to her this whole time. Is she looking for proof of him? Of her son? Oh, it's the thing. So I think that's
Hey, where'd you get that?
that's her starting to get some of the memories back.
It's it's nothing. It's just an old music box.
Um, give me just 1 second. Sweetheart, you gotta leave. Because you're messing with it. You gotta lay down. Can't touch my chair. I'm not mad. I love you. Eat away. If you giggle, or if you make noise, or if you do anything, or touch the chair, you have to leave, because this is very important. Yeah.
It's nothing.
Alright.
It's
Oh,
it's
he's
just
been
an old
caught out in
music
his
box.
lie.
We used to play it for the baby.
She remembers.
Sometimes it helped him sleep.
Him, she knows.
Diana.
Him
Yeah. I mean,
did have a boy.
how do you even talk yourself out of that?
Diana, you shouldn't.
And at the same time, I see why he was lying.
We're still living downtown.
It's not a good idea.
My black coat thrown over my blue nightgown. You drove too fast. The lights of the city flew past.
Please don't.
How could I ever forget? Outside the morning was cool and
Oh, now it's all coming back.
had such chills, but still he lay there so still. And just 8 months old,
Was he 8 months old when he died?
so cold.
Oh my gosh. And this trauma has been so tied to her conditions too.
Ran him inside, lost, worrying, wondering. That hospital room, that gloom. How could I ever forget?
Could I ever fall?
Screaming at doctors, alarmed, upset.
Oh my gosh.
Too late.
I get where both of them are coming from. Like, she's being hit with her most traumatizing memories all at once, just flooding back to her. And the person who she trusted implicitly was lying about it. But then we have him, and he sees, this is what almost killed my wife. How can I possibly allow this back? Like, it's selfish and it's also protective. And I think both are true at once.
They never said we were too late, but I was a child.
Years ago.
Raising a
So
child.
much we could
Those weeks full
I was a child raising a child. That's how it feels. That's really how it feels.
of joy, then a moment of dread. Someone simply said, your child is.
How could I
Oh.
forget?
How could
Her not being able to finish that sentence, but it being implied through the rhyme is such creative writing. Oh, that's such a strong choice. Like, that's way more powerful than her being able to finish the sentence.
I ever forget
This was the moment my life was set.
the
The day that I lost you.
It's clear as the day we met. How could I ever forget?
Why would you want to remember the things that hurt you?
That's such a thematic
I want to
question
remember
here.
everything, Dan.
And like, we saw that set up in her character in I Miss the Mountains, kind of getting into the narrative side of things. Like, she doesn't just want the good. and she doesn't just want the bad to be medicated away, she wants everything. My daughter has opened my office door for the sole reason of allowing more noise in. 1 second. All right, there we go.
How did he die?
Oh yeah, I'm
He was
curious.
sick.
With what? Why wasn't he treated? What was wrong?
Something
He's-
the doctor saw and missed.
And I feel like thematically through the musical, even though like I don't think he'd be able to see the sun because it's a hallucination, in effect, by him having him unacknowledge the presence of the sun on stage, it's also him unacknowledging this grief for his character, and he's almost protectively pretending it didn't happen. I mean, that's explicitly what he was doing. And so narratively, it's setting up this theme of just confronting the good and the bad of life, even grander than just bipolar disorder.
The clinic, the ER, each specialist said babies cry, allergies, gas, who knows why. And I was a child
You don't know better.
raising a child.
Oh my gosh.
We stayed up all night. Most nights you slept at his side. And still, he just cried.
So they probably just thought it was colic or something.
Cried.
I guess 8 months is old. 8 months old is a lot for colic.
He was a baby when he died, but I remember him older.
Oh no.
No, he was a baby.
See, we see him running,
we
trying to
should call
control.
Dr. Madden.
Why
Yeah.
don't we call Dr. Madden? I'm trying to make sense of this.
And like that's
Wait,
that's how it feels with psychosis, or any kind of delusion, is like you don't want it fixed, you just want to understand. If you can even recognize that it's off in the first place, which a lot of times you can't because of the lack of insight.
what was his name? I don't remember you ever saying his name. Why is that?
He
Diana,
hasn't said the name. I don't think they've named him this whole musical. I think I got it from my wife. So that that is thematic of wow, okay.
What was his name? Tell me.
It's
I
gonna
don't
be
think he's
fine.
going to.
It's gonna be fine.
Gonna go back to the doctor because we caught it just in time.
Oh, and that's he's seeing the signs of an episode, which I think this is, but the lines really blur and you can't always tell. And so like it's so scary. Like my last really bad episode, among other things, was brought on by traveling and having my sleep schedule messed up. And now anytime I travel or have a later night than usual, my wife gets really anxious. And I won't share too much about her experience just for privacy, but like when you see someone you love go through something terrible and you can put it to a trigger, that's like it helps you make sense of it. And so she's just trying to make sense of it, but Dan is also just trying to make sense of it. He's doing the only thing that he knows how, and we see his expectations have dropped from it's going to be good to it's going to be fine.
Take the pills and pay the bills. We'll do more ECT.
Our son.
It's gonna be good, Josie.
What was his name?
It's gonna be good,
What
Josie.
He
was
won't
his
confront it.
name?
It's
What
gonna
was
be
his name? What was his name? What was his? What was his? What was his? What was his? What was his name? Name. What was his name? What was his name? Now,
And like it's something that drives everyone to breaking points. You'll hit breaking points. I remember when I used to do like combat sports stuff like jiu-jitsu or Muay Thai. I swear this is going somewhere. We used to talk about like knife defense every now and then, which I mean most people are never going to have to worry about, but part of that is kind of just acknowledging when there's a knife in play, you're going to get cut. And with bipolar, people are going to hit breaking points. And I think that's any kind of mental illness, is there's going to be breaking points and it's inevitable. And I think it's beautiful that they're showing Dan hit it too, because otherwise, like, how much guilt would you feel if you're a caretaker and you look at Dan and he's picture perfect, or you look at Dan and he's never portrayed as a good guy? Like, he's just so human, and I think not acknowledging that would be really sad, at the very least, as someone who's been in that position. And he breaks it. Which is, it's hard because it's meaningful for Dan too. It's just painful. He really just can't confront it.
Why stay? Why stay? So steadfast and stolid, and stoic and solid, for day after every day.
That's a question that I think anyone who loves someone with bipolar has to ask themselves eventually. Why am I still here? And sometimes the answer is you shouldn't be, and that sucks to say as someone who has it. But it's important to give a voice to that, because some people stay in really hard and damaging situations out of this idea of unconditional love. And you can love someone, but doing it unconditionally, even when they're actively hurting you, regardless of reason, can just be so hard. And I'm not advocating necessarily like leave people who are sick. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is this affects the whole family. And if you love someone who has bipolar disorder, you're not selfish for being hurt by that, and you're not selfish for taking care of yourself. As for why this character specifically stays, I imagine it's a mix of love and fear and hope.
Why stay?
Like, he doesn't know
Why
how to get
stay?
by.
Why not simply give in and get on with living? Cause everyone knows you tried, but somehow something died on the way. So tell me why you stay, why stay, why stay?
And we see more narrative mirroring with Natalie.
Hoping and hurting and hoping for day after freaking day. Why stay? Why stay? Why not simply end it? We'd all comprehend it, and most of the world would say he's better off that way to be free.
Yeah, and she's not just asking, but she's also kind of doing splitting behavior, where like you are saying, oh, it's so bad, here are all the awful things, and kind of making it an all or nothing situation, when in reality, like, there are other ways to resolve it. But she's kind of getting ahead of it, I think, as a protection thing. But I'm not sure.
And maybe so is she.
A promise. A boy says forever.
See,
A boy says whatever may come, we'll come through. And who can
oh
know
wow,
how?
it's just clicking. It's showing this as multi-generational, and I know I've been literally saying that the whole time, but it's just clicking in my head. Like, it's not just an echo, it's showing like it affects multiple generations. Ugh, it feels so weird for me to be mad at an illness, but I'm mad at an illness.
When all I know now to be true is this promise that I made to you.
And promises are beautiful, but so is informed consent and informed promises. And you can't know what you're promising unless you've lived it. And even then, things change, and there's not shame in that. Which again really sucks to say as someone with bipolar.
A question. A boy wonders whether the two stay together the way that they stayed for year after year, from love or from fear. Either way, that's the promise.
And almost like it's beautiful and admirable that he's staying with her, but I mean, she voiced it, like, the world would wonder, is he not better off? And I think that kind of misses the point. asking that, which I'm glad that the musical addressed, because whether or not he's better off, what matters is what he chooses, and what she chooses. And so long as they choose each other and they're both willing and they're both working on it, that's one thing. But to be honest, I do wonder, like, has his life been on pause for so long treating this condition that he hasn't been able to be a person? Which is a reality so many people face. Oh, this musical is gorgeous.
What I say to the girl who was burning so brightly, like the light from Orion above. And still I will search for her nightly. If you see her, please send her my love.
Oh,
And the boy was
this-
a boy for all seasons. The boy is long. That boy is long lost to me now.
It almost feels performative, not in the sense that he doesn't mean it, but that performing this unconditional love is the only way he knows how to get by. And so now that we're in like the final bit of the musical, I wonder how that's going to be confronted.
The man has forgotten his reasons. The man still remembers his vow. A promise. A man says forever. A man says I'll never regret or let you. The promise that I made to stay, and I stayed true. Knowing one day we'd remember that joy. You'd remember that girl. I'd remember that boy. Until
And-
we do the promise I made, I'll make it brand new. The promise that I made to you.
And like, oh, that's just such a beautiful devotion. Oh, and then we got Gabe the Dread. I don't think I'm supposed to know his name, but I know it. Dang. Oh.
I am more than memory.
Oh no.
I am what
No,
might
no, no, no,
be.
no.
I am mystery.
It just doesn't end.
Come closer. Dan. Come closer.
Diana, there's nothing there.
You can't.
I'm all
From what I understand, the idea when people are experiencing delusions isn't to challenge the logic of them, because their brain will just reroute that. They can get defensive or feel alienated. Instead, it's more of like a redirection. But I mean, he hasn't been given the tools to know how to succeed here.
this time and forever young. I am every song that will stay unsung. I'll find you. Oh no. You're kidding. Remind you.
Oh, it's coming back.
Come back here!
Till you name me, you can't save me. This is one old game that I can play so well.
And do I want to let the funk play out, or do I want to analyze? I'm merely immortal.
I'm alive, I am so alive. And the medicine fails and the doctors lie.
It didn't. The doctors didn't lie. It didn't fail. But those are the voices you hear in your head. And okay, so if you won't name me, you can't tame me. Like, Gabe is doing so much narrative lifting here, being the illness, being grief, and I think not just Diana's grief, but a shared grief and traumatic experience between them. And that's dangerous to do, I think, with representation here, because it can blur the lines between how people understand the disorder. But three things. First, it's their story. They can do whatever they want. Second, thematically, I think it really works to tell this emotional overarching thing. And third is I really shouldn't have made three things and trusted that my ADHD brain would just let me keep track of it. I'll let you know if it comes back.
I'm alive, I am deathified. I'm alive. I'm so alive. I'm alive.
You can't go to your dance. I have to take my mom to the doctor.
Well, I'll drive.
No.
I'm alive.
Let me help you.
And yeah, Henry just wants let in. And I'll say it in every video, it affects systems. And you're not selfish for being part of that system and being affected.
Diana!
Just go.
I'm alive.
I'll try to come later.
Okay, I'll wait for you
They told me that the wiring was somehow all misfiring and screwing up the signals in my brain. And then they told me chemistry, the juice and not the circuitry, was mixing up and making me insane. What happens when the burn is healed but the skin has not regrown? What happens when the cast
Like-
last comes off and then you find the break was always in another boat?
Yeah, like, wow. What happens when you trust you're being treated and it's still there? I've thought that so many times where I'm like, what am I taking this medication for if I still get episodes? And the fact is, being treated in bipolar doesn't mean you're symptom free. That's just the reality of it for so many people, and it doesn't mean that you're free of episodes. I'm treated. I'm doing a lot to manage it, and I still have breakthrough episodes. Like just last month, I think I had to take an entire month off of content creation because I was so unwell. Like he says, relapse is very common.
Relapse is very common, Diana. It's upsetting that the delusional episodes have returned, but not entirely unexpected.
Yeah, it's not unexpected at
They
all.
tried a million meds and they strapped me to their beds and they shrugged and told me that's the way it goes. When finally you hit it, I asked you just what did it. You shrugged and said that no one really knows.
Oh, I empathize with what she's saying. As pro medication, as pro ECT, as pro all these treatments as I am, I have felt that exact feeling.
What happens if the medicine wasn't really in control? What happens if the cut, the burn, the break was never in my brain or in my blood, but in my soul?
Now, if you're ready for the truly insidious part, how do you know what you're feeling? Because it could be medicines aren't working, but believing that your medications aren't working is also another symptom, which is why it's so important to be able to fully trust your support system. And when they shatter your trust by lying to you, that's so damaging. But like for me, I've had times where I'm like, I'm probably just taking sugar pills. And then I've also had times where I'm experiencing mild psychosis and I believe that like my medication is poisonous. And like I've felt what she's feeling, and I don't know if the show's showing it as a narrative truth or just showing it as another symptom, but it doesn't really matter because it's the truth of what people feel. People who go through what Diana go through feel what it's portraying her as feeling is the truth of it.
What happens if
Oh my gosh.
the burn, the break was never in my brain or in my blood, but in my soul?
I mean, that's how it feels. You think you got it figured out.
Make up your mind.
I don't-
This is clarity.
I mean, oh, she's going to stop her treatment. And I think the show, if this is how it's going, and I think she's going to stop her treatment, I think she's going to leave her husband, and I think she's just going to try and find wellness on her own. That's my guess, is what's been set up for her character. And it runs a small risk, if that's what it's doing, of being very authentic and very human and accurate to how people experience things, but also muddying the waters a little, because that doesn't mean they're not symptomatic. And lots of people believe it's something in their soul. And that's something that's been deeply stigmatized for generations, is they think it's a problem with your soul. And that's internalized. You get that internalized stigma too. And I think that's reflected here. But I would be really wary of accepting that at face value and being like, it wasn't like it was an issue with confronting this. And if she had just recognized her grief, it would have made things better. Wow, the show is so complicated and I love it.
Clarity that you did not have before. The treatment is strong, but lasts only so
Right.
long. It may be your mind's needing more.
If I lost 19 years, I would not do it.
Say that's not it.
The ECT is powerful. It gave you your life back, but
It
the
did, but it
effects
took
fade,
it.
and additional treatments are almost always needed.
Right?
That wasn't on the form.
It wasn't like, see, I'm getting defensive on her behalf. Like they don't tell you that. Even me with all the research that I do when I started ketamine treatments. I thought that it was just like a one-time thing, but I've needed boosters for years, and it works. But there are side effects, and like it is like part of the reason that it's not on the forum is because every case is different and they don't know. Um, but maybe there's a more cynical reading of that too.
Make up your mind that you'll try again.
Ugh.
Make
See,
up your mind there are moments of light. The one thing that's sure is that there is no cure, but that doesn't mean we don't fight.
see, and I think we're getting the failings of his approach of just try harder, seeing that it just creates frustration in the end.
We'll return to talk therapy.
She's not gonna want to.
There's still work to do.
I've had talk therapy every week, I think, for 6 years. There's always work to do.
We might have to look at a new drug regimen.
He's so desperate.
There are other promising therapies, EMDR for instance, or
Right.
TMS.
EMDR I've done, that helps with trauma. And then RTMS, that's the magnet therapy I kept talking about. Both are safe and effective and have side effects and are draining.
Diana, you have a chronic illness. Like diabetes or hypertension, if left untreated,
Right.
it could be catastrophic.
The 1 in 5 statistic that I keep referencing for those who died of bipolar, or to died of suicide in link to the bipolar, that's grouping everyone. Like those are the people who are willing to acknowledge it enough to take a survey. But people who refuse treatment are gonna skew that data in a much more dangerous way, and up to, I think it's 45 to 60% of people who have bipolar have at least one suicide attempt in their life. And again, that's grouping everyone and those who are willing to disclose and take surveys and identify with that. So, like, this, he sounds like he's just saying, we'll try harder and do the same thing and expect different results. But that's really all you can do. And she understands, but she doesn't, because you're not thinking right when you're like this. Because I've been like this, and there's no good option. And that's what I love that it's
I
capturing.
understand. But there has to be another way.
Stay with me, try again. Don't walk out on treatment, don't lose what you've won. You've struggled for years, but you've only begun.
That, oh, I hate that, and I love that. You struggle for years, but you've only begun, because that's the truth of it. It's like the myth of Sisyphus. You just push your boulder up, and it sucks, and then you got an episode, and you do it again. And I think that's demoralizing to hear, but also empowering to hear, knowing that it's just something that there are ways to manage. There's communities, there's support systems, but it's hard and even damaging to act like that's not the reality of it for so many people.
My first psychiatrist told me that, according to the manual, grief that continues past 6 months is pathological and should be medicated.
They want to medicate
6
her
months.
son. It's been 19 years.
For the life of my child.
Right. And
Who makes these decisions?
It's a guideline, nothing more.
Yes.
they're both right here. Because it's her point of view, I think she's being portrayed as more right. But it is a guideline and nothing more. But also in terms of research and in terms of medication and in terms of insurance and in terms of how people are taught, they're taught by those guidelines. So he's not wrong, but also neither is she.
Nothing more.
Stay with me, try again.
And he can't force her to.
Is medicine magic? You know that it's not. We know it's not perfect, but it's what we've got.
All right, for the character that I disliked immediately, I feel like he says a whole lot of the same stuff that I say.
That's all that we've got.
Goodbye, Dr. Madden.
Diana, no! I don't blame you because I've been you, but I've also been you in the future.
He said I could do more ECT or go back on the meds.
Okay, so what are you gonna do?
And in terms of the generational thing, Natalie is going to be. I think this is suggesting that she has her own mental health situation. And she's going to be going into that predisposed to distrust ECT. I know I would if I was in her situation and this actually happened. Um, but I also would be skeptical of meds because I saw, hey, they didn't work on my mom. Why would they work on me? But the fact is, like, they were working. They just have side effects. And when it's refractory, meaning it doesn't respond well to treatments, like, it kind of feels like you're just shooting a water gun at the sun.
I'm gonna take you to your dance.
Mom,
It's time you start thinking of your own happiness.
it's not happiness, it's Henry.
Oh, these actors are so good.
Mom, you can't just walk out on your doctor.
I mean,
Maybe I've lost it at last. Maybe my last lucid moment has passed.
I mean,
I'm dancing with death,
yes,
suppose.
yes, you are, absolutely.
But really, who knows?
No, everyone's different. It's theoretically maybe possible. Like, not everyone cycles super consistently, but it's been kind of consistent for over 16 years. Some people have one manic episode and never have one again, but she's had lots. But like the whole story is like she's been so dehumanized by jumping between medications. And in some ways it's a systemic failure, but in other ways everyone did everything right and it still failed. And I think that's a really powerful message is sometimes you do everything right and it still fails. And as much of an issue as I have with the ECT representation, I'm feeling that message here more because of the way they did it. So I respect the decision. I'll let it play out.
Maybe I'm tired of the game, of coming up short of the rules, of the shame. And maybe you feel that way too.
There's so much shame with it.
I see me in you, a girl full of anger and hope.
This might be the only time that she's felt seen by her mother, and that's such a beautiful shift from the beginning. Also, she's dancing with death.
A girl with a mother who just couldn't cope.
And look at how she's internalized that message. Like it's phrased in a way where it's legitimizing for Natalie, but also she's like, Diana's telling herself, I just couldn't cope. It's my fault in some ways, is the implicit message there. And that's how so many people feel it. Like, I mean, I would know.
A girl who felt caught and thought no one could see. But maybe one day she'll be free.
It's a bit too little too
Bubbly
late.
that you're sharing. No, really, I'm all ears. But where has all this caring been for 16 years?
Right.
For all those years I prayed that you'd go away for good. Half the time afraid that you really would.
I mean, it
When
breaks.
I thought you might be dying, I cried for all we'd never be.
It really just breaks whole systems.
But there'll be no more crying. Not for me.
Things will get better, you'll see.
Not for
It
me.
it feels like that when you're in it, but while everyone's experience is different, and I can't speak for everyone, she's taking away all of her tools to succeed here.
easy. Not for me. You'll see.
Not for me. Not for.
You'll see.
And everyone just feels it so much.
Maybe we can't be okay. But maybe we're tough and we'll try anyway.
This is supposed to be sweet, I think, and I don't know if the show wants this to seem like a wise moment for Diana, but all I'm seeing are symptoms, and I don't know if that's my own trauma talking, but like this does not seem good. Like this just seems so precarious.
With what's real. Let go of what's past. And maybe I'll see you at last.
I don't believe you.
Frankly, she shouldn't.
17 years ago, your brother died of an intestinal obstruction.
Oh,
He was 8 months old.
she's acknowledging it, and it's bringing him back. But
I know I couldn't say that to you before. I'm sorry.
so she's able to. At least now she's able to see, and it's easy to look at this as she's finally confronting it, but it's a cycle. It's a cycle, and it'll come back.
We wanted to give you a normal life. I realize I have no clue what that is.
Right.
I don't.
Oh, why is that line hitting me so hard? It's kind of like a slow burn, where I didn't realize it did at first. I'm never gonna have a quote unquote normal life. But I mean, I can still thrive. I can still do things I love. But that's just the reality of it, and I don't even know what that looks like anymore.
Need a life that's normal. That's way too far away.
Right.
But something next to normal would be okay. Yeah, something next to normal. That's the thing I'd like to try.
Oh.
Close enough to normal to get by.
And I think in some ways what this is saying is her chances of a normal relationship with her mother, the one that she always dreamed of, they're gone, especially with her mom being unmedicated. Which again is both incredibly dangerous, and I also understand where she's coming from completely. Like I'm not just saying that, genuinely, truly, I understand the decision. But you can still build relationships with the pieces that you do have. I don't know that if I was Natalie, I would trust it unless Diana had the tools for success here, which she has somewhat symptomatically removed.
We'll get by.
We'll get by.
Okay. Now go to your dance.
I hope she shows up for her. Oh, poor Henry. He's just the sweetheart of this whole show.
Hey,
Oh.
You look like a star.
I love he has her
a
scrunchie.
vision
It's so
in
cute.
blue.
oh, I do.
And you are. Hey,
He's so dorky.
Well, I said that I might.
I thought we were through. Me and you.
Not not tonight.
Will your mom be okay?
Well, she might be someday.
But for now it's all fine.
She's still on my mind.
Can you leave
Yeah.
it behind? Stay. Let's see this
Am
thing.
I crazy? I might end up crazy.
I'll be here.
That's a huge admission. That's appropriate to have. Like crazy's a loaded word, but it can be genetic. I had children before I realized I had bipolar disorder, and I'm terrified of the of if I've caused someone else to have to go through this.
Here for you.
You say that right here. But then give it a year, or 10 years, or a life. I could end up
Right.
your wife, sitting staring at walls, throwing crap down the stairs, freaking out at the store, running nude down the street, bleeding out in the back.
Everything she just said happens. Like that's real.
Perfect for you.
Oh.
I will be perfect for you.
Oh, it's such a beautiful.
So you could go
resolution.
crazy, or I could go crazy. It's true. Sometimes life is insane. But crazy, I know I can do.
You think that till you've lived it.
Crazy is perfect, and messed up is perfect, so I will be perfect.
Perfect for
It's so sweet. And also the show has given every sign that it's like it knows it's a cyclical thing. And with the way it's mirrored him and him and the dad, Dan, it's shown like it's cyclical, and maybe it'll end up different, or maybe it'll end up exactly the same, and you don't know, but you can love anyway. And it's just so hard. Well, let me get a tissue so I don't use my shirt. That was freaking gross.
So anyway, I'm leaving. I thought you'd like to know.
Oh gosh, I don't want to be too pessimistic, but I do not feel good for Diana. Maybe she's going to someone she can trust.
You're faithful, come what may. But clearly, I can't stay. We'd both go mad that way.
And that's the story you tell yourself when you're in it. And there's probably truth to it. Gosh.
So here I go. And anyway, I'm leaving.
Oh gosh, this is so bad.
I guess
Like,
that you can see.
it's a great story, but this is not good for
I'll try
her
this
odds
on my
statistically.
own. A life I've never known. I'll face the dread.
This is how people wind up on a bridge thinking they're Jesus, among other things.
But I'll be free.
I get the allure. I do.
You always beside me to catch me when I fall. I'd never get to know the feel of solid ground at all. With you
But-
always believing that we could still come through. It makes me feel the fool to know that it's not true.
I hear what she's saying. I empathize with it, and we've seen through the story's own admissions of the things that she's gone through that without his presence, her hitting the ground looks like her in debt, or her dead, or at the very least in jail.
What Doctors call dysfunction, we tried to call romance. And true, it's quite a trick to tell the dancers from the dance. But rather than let chance take me, I'll take a chance. I'll take a chance on leaving. It's that or stay and die. I loved you once, and though you love me still, I know it's time for me to fly.
We've seen so much mania, and I think this is showing the depressive side of it. But even the depressive side can come with paranoia, and I mean, this is even, look at what I'm saying. I'm part of the problem that it's portraying, that you can't tell the difference between the person and the illness sometimes. And it's easy to pathologize it, and that's what I'm doing because that's more comfortable. And this could be her, but that's when it gets reductive to try to separate out what's bipolar and what's her, because it's both. Everything is both.
I loved you once, and though I love you still, I know it's time for me to go.
Oh, this is heartbreaking.
And so, goodbye.
I hope she survives. And oh, she left him behind for now, at least. But I mean, he also represents the dad's grief. It's interesting how the actor's playing him right now, the son. He's a lot more childlike here instead of taking up the whole stage and being dominant. So I wonder if he represents it for the dad right now.
I am the one who loved you. I am the one who stayed. I am the one, and you walked away.
Like I said, I empathize so much with Diana, and I just hope that I never hurt Dan in the way that, or I never hurt my partner in the way that she has hurt hers, and also that's kind of just a reality of what a lot of people live with. Oh, the show is so beautifully complex.
I am the one who waited, and now you act like you just don't give a damn. Like you never knew who I am.
I am the one who knows.
I mean, how do you not be pissed and also heartbroken?
I am the one you
Anyone would be.
I am the one who's always been here. I am the one who'll heal. I know you told her that I'm not worth a damn, but I know you know who I am.
No.
I know you know who
And now he's being forced to confront it now that he doesn't have Diana as a
Just
comfort.
leave me alone.
I know you know who I am.
And this is
Why didn't you go with her?
and this is him being so many things functionally in the story. It's got to be so hard to write.
And I won't let go. You don't know. I am the one who held you. I am the one who cried. I am the one who watched while you died. Yeah. I am the one who loved you. I tried pretending that I don't give a damn. But you've always known who I am.
Oh my gosh. And now he's forced to confront it. Oh, that's why you all didn't want me to know his name. Well, I didn't know it was short for Gabriel. Probably should have. So here he's not functioning as the hallucination, I don't think. unless it's a depression-induced hallucination, but I think he's serving as a narrative device.
What's going on? Why are the lights off?
Oh, they're actually off.
Where's Mom?
She's.
Will he tell her?
She's.
Oh, it hurts too much to say.
Yeah.
See, and she immediately broke that promise of being there for Natalie. At least that's how she's experiencing this moment. Maybe it'll come around. Oh, my heart just breaks for him. Because, I mean,
So it's,
I am unlucky enough to have enough bipolar in my life that I've been Diana in some lesser ways. I've also been Dan.
it's just me and you for now.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, with her noticing his touch, with Natalie specifically, I don't know if that's still metaphorical or if she's also kind of having an episode. Because I think it's been set up where it's ambiguous.
Okay. Okay.
And he's letting himself feel emotion, like, fully.
We need some light.
And she's falling into the caretaker role.
First of all, we need some light. You can't sit here in the dark and all alone. It's a sorry sight. It's just you and me. We'll live, you'll see.
Night after night, we'd sit and wait for the morning light. But we've waited far too long for all that's wrong to be made right.
Day after day, wishing all our cares away, trying to fight the things we feel, but some hurts never heal.
Right.
Some ghosts are never gone.
This show's writing is so smart. Like, it's talking about literally the grief with Gabe, but I mean, it's also talking about how Gabe, he represents illness in a lot of ways, and it's not ever gone. You can't cure it. You can't outthink it. And maybe I'm pessimistic, but a lot of experiences and a lot of data agrees with me. And you might be pessimistic too if you've gone through it. Gosh, I worry for this character.
But we go on, we still go on, and you find some way to survive, and you find out you don't have to be happy at all to be happy you're alive.
Do you know where
I
she
like
went?
that message.
Have you heard from her?
Yeah, I heard from her. She's staying with my grandparents.
Oh, good. She has someone. The older generation, well known for. No, I'm not gonna. Okay. I'm too pessimistic right now just because I'm so worried for this character. She has someone, she has a support system that's better than nothing, honestly.
Do they actually exist?
Yes.
Yeah, insensitive question.
That's good,
but-
right?
Well, going home has never been a solution to any of my problems.
Well, that's what you got me for.
Seriously? You're like number 3 on my list of issues.
They're so
Keep a
cute.
list?
Don't worry, Henry. You're my favorite problem.
That's all I ask.
Day after day, give me clouds and rain and gray. Give me pain if that's what's real. It's the price
we pay to feel. The price of love is lost, but still we pay. We love anyway.
The price of love is loss is just a beautiful theme that ties us all together. Basically, every undercurrent of this musical could be summarized by that.
No, you can't tell me if you're treating her. I just wonder if she's okay.
I think she's working on it, and she's aware of the risks.
Do you think she'll come home?
It's hard to say.
Right.
Dan,
Genuinely, it's hard
would you
to
like
say.
me to recommend someone for you to talk to?
No.
Oh, come on. Dan.
Yes.
Oh, Dan. Oh, yay.
And when the night has finally
Oh,
gone, and when
growth.
we see the new day dawn, we'll wonder how we walked
And Gabe is lit in like a yellow happy light now. Oh, okay.
for so long, so blind.
Almost makes you forget this whole thing's a cycle.
The wasted world we thought we knew. The light will
Oh, good. Oh, she's meeting with him. She's getting back on medication. She's just changing to a new situation. Oh, where she doesn't constantly have to confront, like, repeated exposure to things that remind her of her son's death. Oh. Oh, good. Good, 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 good. Oh, that gives me so much comfort. Oh my gosh. And I love that you see the full support system here.
Long night is done. There will be
Oh, I thought she was gonna die. Oh, I thought she was gonna die. I mean, she still might, but like for now, she's okay. And oh, she's getting better. She's removing herself from a situation where there was just repeated exposure constantly, and oh, this is a much happier story than I thought it was gonna be. Oh, I feel hope. I feel good.
sons and daughters, husbands, wives, and fight that fight. There will be light. There will be light. There will be light. There will be
Oh, we did it. We did it. I'm gonna lower the volume during this, them bowing. Wow, the cast just destroyed it. They did so good. A small cast too. What a story. Oh, like it was messy, and I do have an issue still with the ECT portrayal, but I understand why they did it. But it just tells such a powerful story of perseverance, and how it's not over ever, but it continues to be a fight, and I'm so glad she kept on fighting. And like I said in one of these videos, lots of people go on to live happy, fulfilling, healthy lives, even while managing their disorder. And it's not an illness that can be cured, like Dr. Madden said, but as long as you continue to fight, oh, she did so good. And as long as you continue, like, it feels like a fight. It is, if you inform yourself, if you can see the symptoms, you can learn to fight it better as time goes on. And, like, I love that it ended on that message of hope, entirely visual, which makes me wonder, was that in the original production? Because I've heard that there were some changes here. But I loved this. I loved this. I wish they handled the ECT a bit differently, to be fully honest. Um, but I absolutely adored this. I feel deeply impacted by it. The narratively, it was so strong. The writing was clever. I feel like this might be some of my favorite representation I've ever seen. Yeah, never gonna watch it again. I'll listen to "I'm as the Mountains" and "I'm Alive." I think, as impactful as this was, God, this was a lot. I hope you learned something. I hope this was worth it. I hope this didn't feel like 5 videos of some random guy just trauma dumping to you. But I really am passionate about this because I want people to end up like she ends up in this, like being aware, being able to make decisions that empower everyone and learn. And it's not something to be ashamed of. And I've tried to model that too. Like I wouldn't be ashamed of admitting I have diabetes. I'm not ashamed of admitting that I deal with very similar things. And at the same time, it's not that easy. Like there are stigmas and ramifications. Like I've had ramifications for being so open about it in my own life. Um, but it's something I believe so strongly. And so I I don't know. If you learned something, let me know because that would be validating. That's my one ask. But I hope that this was worth the time for you, and it was for me. I absolutely adored this. Um, Next up is Heather's. See how that goes. Thank you all for watching, and if you want Heather's, I actually have pre-recorded that entire thing as a emotional decompression from this, and that's going to be up on Patreon, posting 1 or 2 a day for the next little bit. So go check that out. But yeah, thank you all for watching so much, and I'll see you in the next one.